Could it be that while you are trusting your boss, working late into the night for the sake of your family's future, he is stealing your most precious treasure, your partner, and your happiness? This is not just a betrayal. It is a cold and cruel plan designed to kill a human soul while they are still alive. I'm 89 years old, but I can never forget how our friend Bernard's home collapsed on one rainy English evening. This story will change your trust forever. My tea is getting cold. The autumn sky of England is turning gray again, and the wind is shaking the branches of the old oak tree outside my window. I am 89 years old. At this age, people don't look toward the future. They only leaf through the yellowed pages of the past. I'm alone in the room right now, but memories are my most restless guests. Today, it feels as if Bernard is here with me. Those same mournful eyes, those trembling hands. Let me tell you the tragic story of Bernard, my late husband Thomas's best friend, that still makes my heart ache. This story taught me one thing. There is no limit to human malice, and trust is more fragile than glass. Bernard and his wife Evelyn were the most beautiful couple of our youth. Bernard was a true English gentleman, loyal, a man of his word, hard-working. He treated Evelyn like a queen. And Evelyn, she fascinated us all, not just with her beauty, but with her grace. Their small house was always filled with the scent of flowers and laughter, but it all started the day Bernard got a new job. He started working for a very influential man, Mr. Sterling, in a large financial institution. Sterling was very cultured, aristocratic, and a man whose word carried weight. We were happy, thinking he would be the one to open doors for Bernard. Oh, if only we had known that our joy would lead to such great sorrow. Mr. Sterling didn't trap Bernard all at once. He was very clever, a manipulative man who slithered like a snake. First, he gained Bernard's trust. Bernard, your talent is exceptional. You are the future of this institution, he would say, sharpening his pride and placing the burden of responsibility on him. Then, urgent projects appeared. Sterling began making Bernard stay in the office until 8, 9, or even midnight. If we don't finish this report today, we'll lose the investors, he would say with a cold face. And Bernard, thinking, this is for my family's future, I must give Evelyn a good life, would stay in the office, buried in papers, no matter how tired he was. And what did Sterling do? While Bernard was working tirelessly in the office, he started calling his home as a caring boss. Sterling's cunning was very deep. He would send expensive bouquets to Evelyn and leave notes saying, your husband is unable to leave his work. Please accept this small gift from me instead. While this seemed like a gesture of courtesy on the surface, it was actually planting a poisonous thought in Evelyn's mind. To your husband, work is more important than you. He made the staff dinners more frequent. But the strange thing was, Bernard was always given an extremely important task right before the evening, and he couldn't make it. Evelyn was forced to go alone. At those dinners, Sterling never left her side, showing her attention and taking advantage of her loneliness. Thomas and I saw how Sterling looked at Evelyn at one of those parties. In his eyes, there was no love, only the cold glint of a hunter who had won. I said to Thomas, something is wrong here. But we couldn't imagine how far Sterling would go. It turns out Sterling started spreading false rumors about Bernard to Evelyn. He gradually hinted to her, Bernard isn't just spending time with reports at work. but with young secretaries too. He's deceiving you." Although Evelyn didn't believe it at first, her husband coming home at midnight every day, his exhaustion, and the silence at home only increased her suspicion. One time, Sterling sent Bernard on a 3-day business trip to the outskirts of London, but the trip turned out to be a lie. Sterling told Bernard, "The meeting was canceled, but stay at the hotel there and rest. This is my gift to you." And that very night he went to Evelyn and said, "Bernard is with another woman right now. If you believe me, go and see for yourself," giving her a fake address. When Evelyn went there, of course, she didn't see Bernard, but the trap Sterling had prepared in advance. I still don't understand how it happened, but Sterling skillfully used Evelyn's weakness, her anger, and her loneliness. He took her into his arms, pretending to comfort her. This wasn't a mistake made in one night. It was a web woven by a deceiver over a long time. The day the truth was revealed was one of the coldest, rainiest days in England. Bernard, thanking Sterling for his generosity, returns early from the business trip. He enters his house with lilies, Evelyn's favorite, in his hands. The house is silent, but a whisper heard from the bedroom freezes his heart. When he opened the door, he saw his boss, whom he trusted most, and his wife, whom he loved most, in his own bed. In that moment, something inside Bernard broke forever. He didn't scream, he didn't cry. He just dropped the flowers on the floor and stood there in silence. Sterling, without any hesitation, got up, and while putting on his clothes, looked directly into Bernard's face and said, "Bernard, my friend, you're a great worker, but you're too naive. Your inability to keep your wife is your weakness, and I don't need weak people working in my company. Don't bother coming to work starting tomorrow." Those words were heavier than any blow. Sterling didn't do this for love. He only wanted to prove how easily he could destroy the life of a pure, honest man like Bernard. He didn't care about Evelyn's fate either. Less than a month later, Sterling grew tired of Evelyn. He threw her out like old clothes. Evelyn tried to return to Bernard, crying and asking for forgiveness. But Bernard's heart had turned to stone in an instant. He could not forgive her. Not just because he wouldn't, but because the trust in people had died within him. Bernard spent the rest of his life alone. He didn't live in poverty, but he lived empty inside. Whenever he spoke with Thomas and me, he would always blame himself, saying, "Why was I so blind? Why did I believe his shiny words?" I am 89 years old now. The darkness is deepening outside my window. My purpose in telling this story is to warn you. The greatest betrayal in life is using someone's honesty as a weapon against them. If your boss praises you and gives you special tasks, be careful. Perhaps he isn't planning your career, but the distance between you and your most precious person. Never leave your loved one alone, because the enemy strikes those who are left alone. Bernard's fate is the most painful lesson in my memory. Perhaps these will be my last words. Be loyal to one another, for there is nothing greater in this world than true trust. Goodbye.